Today we are talking about preferred options in purchasing a home. No?
Right. So instead of, we told you in the last video, really think about what your needs are. However, needs are just one half of the equation. The other half is our desires, our wants. And everybody has different wants. You're allowed to have different wants. These are the common ones that we get all the time. So if you want to start thinking about your needs versus your wants, these are kind of what we would put into the wants. You might say that's, one of the things is an absolute need for you, and that's okay. That goes to the top point of the preferences. But really understand these are typically how the house is designed or things of the house that we can't control that we would like, but really needs matter more than wants.
Exactly. And we're telling you that this checklist that we're providing for you and you can find it, these are not, there is something that you cannot provide all the 100%, that matches what you want. But we're going to go through all of this list and see what is the best for you and your family that it fits your needs, no?
Absolutely. So let's start with aesthetics, right? So let's start with the outside aesthetics of the house. That would be architectural design.
Exactly.
Maybe you're big on colonial, but we don't have a lot of colonials here in Greenville, but we might have a lot of modern or traditional. So really, if you have a specific architectural style, that is something that we have to kind of discuss because not everything is going to be available here. Mountain lodges are not available in Greenville.
Exactly. The second thing that we wanted to talk is really interior design, which you can look for example, floor plans, high ceiling. Some people, they love high ceiling, custom built feature, basically.
Right. So we're talking about I must have tile in my tub instead of a regular tub, or open floor plan versus walls, because you can change some of these things if another house fits your needs, and these can all be changed. You can update a kitchen, but you cannot move a house. It is easy.
Saying kitchen, the next thing we wanted to talk actually is the kitchen style. Which is preference of the certain type of the kitchen and cabinetry and the layout of the kitchen. Sometimes the kitchen is open, sometimes is closed, sometimes is a little bit exposed to the living room and partially is hidden behind. Therefore, and have different axes. Therefore, you wanted to know what exactly you want. And of course, countertop, which is the most of modern, we have the granite countertop.
Granite or quartz.
Quartz, yeah.
Right, so we see granite and quartz a lot for people's desires. However, if you're in another home still has the particle board and everything else is perfect, you can always change the countertops. That's why it's in a preference list. Next one to talk about is floor types. A lot of people tell me they want hardwood floors. Hardwoods became super expensive during 2020, so in older homes they have them. But if you want new, modern, everything, but you ask me for hardwood floors, that's going to be a hard one to find. There's carpet, there's tile, there's LPV, there's just laminate, there's regular vinyl. Depending on what you need and your desires for that is really going to matter.
Exactly. In some custom built, you see the different option. But most of the time, if you are looking at the two-story, even in a custom build, partially is the carpet the second floor. Therefore, that's things that you need to think about it. The third things that we wanted to talk is a wall finishes and color. No?
Right. So, you might love agreeable gray. Agreeable gray is the number one in the filming of this video for colors. And you might want your whole house that one color. Maybe you have a different color. You want your whole house. That's amazing. And the house you walk in is not that color. It's like a blue or something else. It can all be wallpaper can be changed. Exposed brick, because somebody else wanted a rustic feel, you can change that really simply. So that's why it's on the preferred list. Let's go on to the outdoor space.
Yes, if you wanted to talk about the outdoor space and the leisure.
Before we do that though, I think we should do our introduction.
Exactly.
I'm sorry to interrupt. So let's hit it. Hi, it's Alan Victoria. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Also, you call text all the time, 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Don't be shy. Also, don't forget to get our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below, as well as this worksheet. Now, let's go to the outdoor space.
Yes, outdoor space, we were talking about the garden and the yard space. definitely desire for the landscape garden, and depends on the community that you want to purchase home. In some subdivision is more developed, some of them are brand new, it still is not developed, therefore that's what you need to talk about. And also deck and patio, no?
Also, you have to look at natural light and like, is the light good in this place? Large, south facing, north facing? How do you want your house? Another one
is the swimming pool and tub, which is if you have the desire, either the house has it or you need to install one.
Right, and the last one I want to say is outdoor entertaining area. Are you a big barbecue person? Do you need to install the fire pit? What is it you need to do? Let's move on to location, though. So location, I cannot move a house. So
exactly, the location in the real estate, that preference of you and your family is urban, suburb, rural area, waterfront, and mountains.
We can't have mountains.
Mountains, we don't have it.
Another one, proximity. How far do you have to be to the park? Cultural centers, restaurants, hiking trails, whatever it is that you really love doing, how close do you have to be to that?
And the next one, of course, for many of you that have kids, is the school district. That what is your preference for your education opportunity for your loved one?
And this is the one most people will come with me and say, I can only buy a house in this school district, which I understand. Neighborhood vibe. Do you want it to be quiet and secluded? Do you want it to be more vibrant in city life? What are you looking for?
Exactly. The comfort and convenience is the next category that we wanted to talk. And we start with the smart home features that you can see in a smart thermostat, security, and automated lighting, that now the new and modern homes, they have it.
Right. I'm still waiting for my smart window things. That would be amazing to where I can just come in and click buttons. Anyway, energy efficiency is the next one. We look for energy efficient appliances, solar panels whenever possible, eco-friendly. This is very important to some people.
And the next one is really accessibility, like for your future needs, preference of a single story living or wider doorway that in some of the custom build you can see it.
Next one we want to talk about is laundry location. Does it have to be on the first floor? Can it be on the second floor? What else?
Or it has its own room or is in the closet. The next thing is the lifestyle, basically. Features like a home office space, which is really good, that you can even create in the older home or pre-owned home this area as a study or office area too.
Right. Another thing maybe you want to consider is, do you need a home gym? Do you need, where are you going to put your equipment? A lot of people are going to put them in their garages, to be entirely honest, North Carolina.
And the next one is entertaining space, like a game room or the home theater and the large dining area for the family.
Or the man cave, right? Even though that's not there. Hobby-specific areas. So this is another one. People use their bonus rooms a lot. We have bonus rooms in North Carolina for crafting, music, woodworking, gardening. That would obviously be outside. So does this have something that matches your hobby?
Now we're going to focus on the personal features. Like the first one, fireplace. Do you desire the fireplace, a real wood burning, or you can go even the new modern one, electric?
Right. And some people don't want them at all. Built-in storage. Does it have built-in walk-in closets? Does it have built-in shelves someplace? Is there storage area? This matters to a lot of people.
Yes, and the next one is the guest accommodation. If you need a guest room or separate room for the guest or guest house, that is also one thing that you need to talk about.
And we have to understand if the HOA even allows that. Last one I'm going to mention is your pets. Pets are going to need specific things like a fenced-in backyard, a built-in indoor pet area if you want to have a pet in a specific area, or you want them to roam the whole house. That is up to you 100%. But if you are really considering where your pets and your loved furry friends are going to go, you have to think about this when you're buying a home.
Exactly. Do we have any
Nope,
other
that's
list?
it.
And thank you for seeing our video and podcast. We love to connect with you. Don't forget to call us at 252-327-3357. See you in the next podcast and video.